Well, hello! I want to welcome you to another exciting episode of Pens in Use. This week, a couple of surprises. The Stipula Etruria not among them. I may give an update on that pen later on, but for now let's keep it a little secret. So let's take a look at what I have. If videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens both new and old and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. If you'd like to address any of these specific pens, please feel free to leave a comment down below. So let's take a look at pens. So what I have is from the Netherlands, a Marshal pen, probably made in the 1950s. Still with enough ink in it to appear here. My Inco from Poland. I have a Montblanc 32, Parker Sonnet. Here's an interesting pen that I haven't had out lately, but I think it needs to be out. A Penkala SW68, number 930. A nice little palette cleanser from the Stipula Etruria. A Kaweco Sport with Diamine Jade Green. Platinum 3776. And finally, a Kaweco pen, which I forgot to look up what its model is, retro or something. So let's take a look at them. So I'm just going to point out, I recorded this video earlier in the week. In editing the footage, I thought, whoa, because I could tell I was tired and my voice was tired and it was bad. So instead of forcing you to suffer through that, I just thought, well, I'll re-record it on Friday, even though it'll be late. So, whatevs. I'd rather do a quality job than a tired job. So, let's take a look at the pens. Okay, my first pen is a Marshal pen. It was sold in the Netherlands in the 1950s. I kind of like the Parker-esque clip. Yeah, Parker is not the only one that uses an arrow clip. And I'll bet this pen doesn't get into trouble for stealing the way Chinese pens would. Wonder why. Has the word Marshal engraved on it. It is a button filler pen. And the pictures don't lie. This is a smaller pen. The nib is a tiny little thing. But I like this pen a lot. The nib says, I gotta pull it closer to my face. I can't read that dang thing. Warranted, 14 karat. I don't want to say first. Perhaps you can make it out better than I can. I find I can actually read this better on the computer than I can with my eyes. This is a small pen. I almost have to post it. Not a knock on the pen, it's just the way it is. I don't have a model number or anything, so for now, we'll just call it a Marshal. If I was doing first impressions when I got this one, I would have done a first impression, I guess. Califolio. Why am I squeezing all my writing in such a tiny space? Aurora. Which apparently is safe for vintage pens and has quite a variety of colors. I'll be honest, I've been surprised by them and pleasantly pleased once I started investigating the range. And wow, this notebook just does not want to stay open. My Inco, which I showed you in previous weeks. Polish pen. Probably a little deformed from heat or whatever, and definitely a little deformed. Surprisingly, it still has ink in it. I have been writing with it a lot. I love how it writes. It doesn't look like much, but it writes really well. Oops, Rattler, not Rattler. I mean, it writes kind of like it's a stub nib. I have a Montblanc 32 made with a precious resin, which is There is actually something to that. It's kind of a hardened resin. It resists scratches and so on. The ink in it, I'm sorry, not the ink, the nib in it is what they call an intarsia nib, kind of like your fingernail. And yes, you may have heard that word somewhere else, which I'll probably address at some point. But anyway, not Montegrappa, Montblanc, 32, extra fine. The ink in it is Atramentis, Aubergine, in answer to a viewer's question, I looked for a bulletproof red, found one, and it's in this beautiful Parker Sonnet. One thing I've been noticing with this ink, not with others, so I'm not sure why, but it does seem to be getting on the section. So it's a Parker Sonnet, fine point gold nib, and the ink in it is Noodler's Fox. So if you're terrified of your red ink getting erased, get some Noodler's Fox. Exciting pen for tonight. Comes from Croatia or possibly Berlin. I'm not clear where it was manufactured. A Moster Penkala. And I do have a bit to say about this when I do the review. There's a bit of culture related to this pen. Kind of a small pen again. Small, cute little nib. Maybe too close. I'm trying to read this on a screen and it's failing me horribly. 14K 585. Some kind of design. And that's it. So this one, also a button filler. No effort at all there to flex. The ink in it is Diamine Sunset. I would say that's an appropriate name for this ink. Very pretty orange. Yeah, in the last little bit I've been getting into Diamine and Jade inks. Getting samples, just trying to find out what I like. This is a Kaweco Sport. I last reviewed this pen back in 2014, and I feel like it's time to revisit it. So this will be a review, a revisit that I'll be filming soon. The ink in it is Diamine Jade Green. Honestly, does not look a whole lot like jade. But it's a nice, bright, happy green, so has that going for it. This pen has been part of an ongoing project. Platinum 3776. This has the Yamanaka finish and it has a soft fine nib. Now I'm going to post some video here from my original pens in use where I filmed my uncapping of this. I was not happy with that edition of pens in use. I was just tired and I felt like I sounded either tired or drunk, I don't know, but I did not like how I sounded in that video, and So here a piece of that. So I'll show you the initial uncapping, and then I will write with it here in this notebook. This is a Platinum 3776 Yamanaka finish. This has a soft medium nib. And I am going to write with it. I'm going to write with it for the first time since May 7th, 2018. So let's be fair. When I first wrote with this, filming the original video, it was skipping a little, but you saw it started right up. So I don't think I had the feet totally saturated. Pause for the furnace! Okay, my apologies for the furnace there. So, yeah, writing like a champ. I mean, better than when I first did this video, which you'll never see because the hard drive it was on was destroyed in a sad accident. But I'm going to put something together to redo that video, but it may not quite match. We'll see. I'll figure it out. I've got several more pens to unveil. So, Yamanaka finish. Kind of a fun rippley effect. The nib is a soft medium. I had a little trouble writing with this during the original Platinum 3776 video, but since all that footage is lost thanks to me dropping a disk drive on the floor, yay! You won't see it, but you saw it started up just like a champ. And today, still same thing. Awesome! That brings me to almost my last pen, because I have another one here I keep forgetting. This is a Kaweco Classic or Retro or something. I forget. But anyway, the point... Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. The point behind me bringing this up, starting this Monday, I'm going to start a new series of First Impressions videos. This will be the star of that. It's filmed same night as my original Pens in Use when I was so tired, so... Who knows what you're going to think, but I was tired. But I've got a couple of weeks coming up which are going to be much slower, and a 3-day weekend coming up which will really be appreciated, and hopefully get it on top of all this again. But I'm not going to write with it right now, even though I've already filmed the video several days ago, because I want you to see the first impression first. But this will be in Pens in Use next week, unless somehow it ends up empty before then. And of course, even though it wasn't laying among them, my Lamy 2000. Still writing like a champ with its new nib after its unfortunate incident with the floor. So those are the pens I have in use. I don't have too much off topic to bring up today, to the relief of some of you. I do have one political point I want to bring up. And it's not as political as it sounds. Basically, here it is. I have been getting wonderful income from my channel in the last couple of weeks. If you live in the United States, you know why. Political ads! So, I have almost doubled my income, even though my views actually just go up just incrementally. But doubled my income. Now, I expect after next week, when political season is over, the income will taper off and go back to normal. But wow! It's kind of exciting getting that kind of money for a few weeks. So, yeah, political season is good for YouTubers because our advertising dollars go way up. So, I really need to get to bed tonight early, catch up on my sleep from the week, and hopefully going forward, life gets simpler for a few weeks, and I can be myself again. I just feel like I've been racing to catch up and missing every time, and I feel like this video was a miss too, I'll just be honest. But yeah, I'm going to cook myself supper and go to bed really early, and we'll see it comes forward. I have a Saturday planned where I'm at home finally all day. Our football team is playing in the playoffs to get into the state game in Langdon, North Dakota, which is northeast corner of the state. We're at the southwest corner. I looked online and I saw 6.5 hours to get there under perfect conditions. I thought, nope, I'm staying here. And yeah, catch up on sleep, catch up on work, maybe get a few videos done, and just generally get my life back in line, because sometimes everything gets ahead of you. The person who commented last week that maybe I should take a week off, you're more right than you know, but I knew this was coming. And next weekend is a 3-day weekend because of Veterans Day, so definitely will appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully I can start producing more high-quality videos instead of this, where I slop it together at the last minute. So, I want to thank you for watching and being patient, and better things are to come. So videos like this interest you, where I talk about fountain pens, both new and old, and at all price points, I would invite you to subscribe. And if you'd like to discuss any of the topics brought up in this video, or why I am so tired, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll tell you why I'm tired. Too many things during the day and in the evening, and sometimes even in the morning, eating up all my time. And I still have all my regular things to do, and I just sometimes sacrifice sleep. And right now, I think if I were to get horizontal, boom, I'd be out like a light. So take that for what it's worth. Well, thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.